I'm here too. By the way.
And welcome back, everybody, to another RSG Lunch stream. That voice you heard with Grande being unprofessional when I say we're getting ready to start. And when we always start, we're always supposed to go silent. And Grande just wanted to let us know that he was here. Because he's a bad man.
I love you, Ranger!
No, you don't. You're a bad man. You're always dicking things up, man. I'm sick of it. God.
At least I said something nice like...
I'll do it that one time, French.
At least I said something nice like, I'm here and I love you. I mean, today is the day of love.
For
I
who?
was just trying to communicate
I don't want
you.
love from you. That's nasty.
I was just trying to communicate that two things. First of all, that I am here, right? I am present and accounted for.
Right.
And second of all, I love you guys.
Oh, Jesus.
I love you guys. I love Finny.
God.
I love Sir Loki. I love Ranger. I love McVenom. I love our viewers.
I love Floor.
You love Floor?
I love Lamp.
Lampshade.
You love Lampshade.
Lampshade?
No, Lamp. I didn't say Lampshade. I was very specific in my words. See, that was from Anchorman, so don't even try to play that game with me, Finn. But welcome one and all to the RSG stream for Saturday. Thank you everybody who are here right now.
It's Wednesday, not Saturday.
What the hell are you talking about, Grande?
You said...
Welcome to the lunch stream.
You said Saturday.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah. So we will answer your questions. I'm going to do the marquee event. I've saved it, right? They pushed it a day early. Why? Yeah. Why did they push it a day early? Because they want us to have this character earlier. Or... they want to force us to try to spend money so they can put on phase 4 of the Dark Side territory battles. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both.
It's the platoons. And honestly, I suspected that it was going to be in there. As soon as it ends up in your character roster in your collection, even as a locked character, as soon as it's in there, I'm pretty sure it's set, as long as it's before the start of TB, to show up in your platoon when it's randomized.
You know, Doc Ariok makes a great point. He says, every day is Valentine's Day in prison. Grani gets love, don't worry.
I'm like, it's so funny.
Well,
People who don't know must have this crazy perception, like that I'm in a French prison as well, right?
Oh, you're in a French prison now? Well, I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, everything is...
what are they called? Those cities, those...
All right. I've also been told that there's a couple of there was a couple of bugs they fixed with Sith Marauder, and they might still be working on him a little bit.
Oh, well, that's not good. Well, we'll look at it. All right, I'm going to see my luck first. I'm going to use my energy and see if I can get the Millennium Falcon shards.
And when you do your Marauder event, Ranger, make sure you go to the possible rewards tab before each one, because there is some controversy over that. So
okay,
we'll look
do
at
that
it
here in a second. All right, here we go. I'm going to go for the okay. I'm going to sim. Let me do my sim.
While you watch Ranger fail miserably at Fleet again on this lunchtime stream.
I'm not doing Fleet. I'm trying to get the damn shards from Millennium Falcon. Let me see here. Let me see what happens. I got one. Well, I guess that's better than none. I mean, you have to stay positive. I know. Let's try the Reaper. Let's see how the Reaper goes.
And post your questions in the chat, and I'll be collecting them.
Not about me failing at getting these things. It's not my fault. Where's the Reaper? If I can find it. There he is. Okay. That's okay. So we did the Falcon. Let's just try the Reaper. Oh, I can only do 4 of them. Well, that's okay. I'll go back in another one. I got 2 shards. Yay! I'm only
99 bottles of beer on the wall.
For
99
real.
bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around. 98 bottles of beer on the wall.
All right.
That's how I feel like when farming for Reaper and farming for Millennium Falcon.
I mean, it's really something. All right, we're gonna go in. We're gonna do this.
And Kylo's command shuttle. It's not any better.
I know. At least I got that 4-star and almost 5. It's like,
you know what I felt. You know what I felt like when I was doing Kylo and the TIE silencer. Today is your birthday. That's what I felt like. It was like every day I got extra stuff. I'm so friggin' pumped about it. Like double drops every day, man.
I'm going to use my first order team for this. Why not?
Do it.
I'm doing it.
Wait. What about going with Sith, man? What about going in with Sith?
No, I kind of like first order, but I can do Sith. I'm still working on Sith Trooper. I got another 10 shards, so that... Oh, Christ. Let's see, who do I want to use? They're not ready. Let's see who else.
So it's a lunchtime stream. I might actually go get some lunch. I was thinking that might be a good idea. It's a little early for me to get some lunch, but you know.
Well, I mean, you know.
Growing boys got to eat, though, right?
That's right.
I mean, you know, I can't have prison change me too much.
No, you know what is on the prison menu today? Is it bean casserole?
I think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go see Veronica over at Sonic.
Oh,
you know, she helped us out whenever we were grading on Jedi Ray. Remember that stream?
That's true. That's very true. Very true.
So let's talk about old Sith Marauder. What do we like? What do we not like about him? What do you?
Oh,
I
forgot to look at the possible rewards. Let me get out of this. Damn it! I didn't look at the possible rewards like I said. Damn it!
It's all right. The possible rewards are shards.
Oh, well then I don't need to look. Why am I looking?
Well, no, it's the bonus tier in particular.
Oh, okay, the bonus tier. Okay.
Yeah, you get mods or the.
Well, so that's the question about that. We'll talk about it once we get there. But Marauder, I don't know. I have to see how he works. A lot of things look good on paper and then don't pan out very well in actual gameplay. He seems like good.
Yeah, when I was doing the event, I kind of thought the same way too, Finn. So yeah, why don't you elaborate on that?
So his what is it called? Something to victory, march to victory, or whatever it's called. His special that reduces the maximum health when he throws his sabers. It looks like it could work well with an Emperor Palpatine team. The thing is, in all these events, you're kind of facing easy teams. So if your other Sith are kind of boosted up, you're not getting a really good sense about how it works out. But with Palpatine's unique, and then potentially doing 20% damage, and then you have Marauder throwing it and reducing the maximum health by 15% until the end of the encounter. And then if you have Vader feeding turn meter through Emperor Palpatine lead, I could see how that could be a real nuisance. Only thing is, I don't know how exactly it plays out. So yeah, I'll have to actually see, because I feel like he's an attacker, so he might need to be at least 7-star in order to be really viable. Otherwise, he's going to be a little too squishy. Yeah. And so that in that sense, I can't really test him very, very well without paying for him, and I'm not paying for him. So.
Well, so I think we do need to talk about, is it worth it, right? And we've talked about this a lot. The $10 pack in the store, or I should call it $11 pack. Somebody corrected me the other day. They're like, why does Grande always call it a $10 pack? It's an $11 pack. I guess it's because I'm helping them with their marketing and I'm looking at 2 9s and thinking it's 2 0s. Yes, I know. That's dumb and retarded.
No, it's a $10 pack. It's $9.99. Who the hell's telling you it's 11?
Yeah, I don't understand. Well, it's
an 11.
It's $9.99. So if somebody says 11, then they're either in a different currency or don't know how to read.
Fair enough. So it's $9.99. So it is a $10 pack. $10 for 25 shards, right? Enough to get them up another star level, I think. You know, to me, that seems like a good deal, right? It's $2 for 5 shards. You know, at the worst crystal exchange rate, you know, if you were to buy them in shipments, you got him in shipments and you bought him out of shipments. That's like buying 5 shards for, you know, $2 for like 100 and something crystals. You're not going to get that deal in shipments. You might get that deal in farming, but that's about it. So I do think the $10 pack is a very good deal.
So it won't be enough for the next star.
Nope, you got to do that and you got to buy another pack. However, when we're talking about buying just the shards, and the magic number here is 330. It's a good value when you need to get 330 shards. It's a good value, in my opinion. The other thing is I really like that freaking pack, and I want them to keep producing that pack, and if I buy it, then they'll keep producing it, right? If I don't buy it, they'll stop. So, yeah, I did buy the $10 pack. So maybe we can get Ranger to buy a $10 pack on the stream.
No.
Not even a $10 pack.
I don't like.
You don't like the cash packs, do you?
For Ewokkin's birthday.
I don't listen. It's not about that. Trust me. When Skyon and all of them come out, Ewokkin will love me like no other because I will be buying packs like a mother. But like characters like this, until I really see the value, I don't like just to buy it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, back in the day, I've done it. Like I didn't do anything for Hold on Rose either. I mean, I like Marauder. He's cool, but I don't see the value in it. You know.
So, I guess I'm always thinking about it as a hedge, right? I'm like, this is a good value. It's $10.
It's a good value, but I don't know if I want to invest even $10. It's like, I mean, I'll think about it. All right, I'm at the bonus one. I'm looking. That's it. You get mods and.
Well, so that's the thing, right? So it shows first time mods for all those other ones. And it shows 3. Everybody's been only getting 1 mod. So the question is, are we supposed to be getting one of each of the mods? Or is it all just possible rewards? So getting one is still
It does
active.
say possible rewards. It doesn't say guaranteed rewards. So.
It also says the first time for all that gear, right? So when you do it, let's see what you get in terms of gear and the mod.
Okay.
So you'll probably only get 1 mod, and let's see how many pieces of gear you get. And that'll be a good indication as to whether or not the possible rewards means that you're supposed to get all of them on the first try, or whether you only get like one of them.
All right, I'm doing it. All right. I know. The Sith are gone.
I do like Sith Marauder. I think he could be a good character. But I do feel like Finity's right. It's going to be it's a heavy attacker, which means with every one of those bumps in star level, he's going to keep attacking for more and more and more. It's kind of like Sith Assassin, right? Where we didn't really see her full value until until we got her 7-star, and then all of a sudden she starts hitting like a beast. I think potentially we might see the same thing with Sith Marauder.
Yeah, could be. I mean, I'm just I'm very hesitant because, back in the day, all we used to do, man, is just buy packs. I mean, of course, my pulls on chromiums are epic. And on video of how awful they were.
I said, I don't pull a lot of
certain packs, like, the Boba Fett pack, there's more, even the more expensive pack that give more shards and gear and all that stuff. I've been all over those. But these little 99 ones, and then you got to get 12.99 crystals, and I'm just like, oh, come on, man! Like for a 4-star character, because like if you're gonna go,
your point.
I like going big. I don't like this, this crap of just like, well, I'll get it at 4-star. Oh, great! Now if I only invest another $400 or $500, I can have the character. So it's like, okay, I don't really care. Although if it was Trey and Sion, I mean, I would be going ham right now.
Hey, did we post this? Did we post the noontime stream in Discord?
Good question. I don't think so.
I have a couple of people.
I got all the gear, but I only got 1 mod, and the mods were all blue, and they were no speed. I mean, they're. Ugh.
It's up now, Grande.
So yeah, I mean the rewards were bleh.
But you got 1 piece of gear and 1 mod.
No, I got 4 pieces of gear, 1 of each, and then I got just one mod.
Okay, so that's so that is peculiar then, because you got all the gear, which is listed as the first time drop, but you only got 1 of the 3 mods. I have a feeling that might be a bug then.
Could be.
I mean, it says possible, so they can always kind of point at that. But the fact that you get all the gear as well, so it's not like you're only getting 1 and 1. Yeah, and Haybarn is saying that Cozy said they're looking into it because somebody. I want to be careful about saying the word promise 3. Normally, on the first time bonuses, the stuff that's lit up you usually get. But the only thing is, it's hard to say for sure. So it says possible rewards on the tab, so they always have that as a little bit of an out. Same thing as with like the gameplay footage where they say subject to change. So just something to kind of just be ready. I think they are going to give us something because it was expected to be 3 mods, but in case, don't get your hopes up quite yet because we never know what the final result is going to be.
Word.
I think they might also modify some of the stats on the character, like I said.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see.
We'll see. Hope now they haven't put out anything yet, right? I haven't seen any updates, and last I checked in the forums, but
nothing that I've seen yet. But I have to go through it after our stream here to prep for our night stream. So
yeah. It'll just be me and Olfin tonight.
It'll be like old school, like before Grande showed up.
I know it was much better.
You guys are when it was much better. When it was just me, Affinity, and we argued.
And we talked about things like the butt sock and things of that nature.
Dang, I love that. Whenever we pre-Phoenix, man, pre-Phoenix.
I know.
Awesome. How's everybody doing in there in old TV land? How you doing with Darkside TV?
We hate it.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man.
It requires too much Empire. When you don't have enough Empire, it's a pain in the ass when all you have to do is donate like every TIE Fighter pilot you have in the guild.
I've been doing that a lot more. I've been donating like mad because
I've been donating
now that I've
too.
got my first order team rocking and rolling, I gotta work on bounty hunters, man. That mission is just killing me. I just don't want to do the gear, man. I hate bounty hunters so much.
If I can get in time, I'll donate whatever's left. But that's because I have a really big roster, right? I kind of look and see. First thing I do, order of operations, right? Remind myself what I'm supposed to be doing today, right? What are my special missions look like? What are the combat missions, that require unique, hero type characters for that style of battle? And then I go into, and then after I've looked at them, then I go back in and I donate what I can.
That's right.
And I have and especially on these first couple of days like this, where I know I could perform really well, I donate more. And then as the days go on and we get further and further in, a lot of times I'll give up Short Trooper and Death Trooper every time. Short Trooper and Death Trooper every time. We start getting closer to day 5 and day 6, and I'm like, I can really only donate one. Which one do I need to give up more? Which one's more important for me to give up today? Normally it's Death Trooper, right? So I don't think I've played a single TB where I've had my Death Trooper available because he gets platooned every time. And it's just like, oh man, I'd love to be able to play with that guy. Too bad we need 17 every time I go in and look at 22 or whatever it is. But it's a bunch for sure.
Yeah, word.
I enjoy it though. I enjoy the missions. I think you can get, if you got your bounty hunters up to about gear 8, gear 9, besides the 2 that I particularly care for, which is IG-88 and Boba Fett, have them higher geared, gear 10, 11, 12, because they're good for something else. I think you can perform well in the bounty hunter deal.
I think so too.
Play them in GW too. Play them in GW, right? Actually, go in, figure out how they work in GW. Figure out how to get some good mods on them and play it. And I think you can hit above your belt level with lower geared bounty hunters.
I agree, Grande. You're making sense today. What's going on?
I'm telling you, prison's changed me.
It has. Sometimes in a good way. All right, I'm sure we got questions popping in.
Yep.
Doodle.
Yep.
I'm going to start doing my GW for the day.
All right. So our first question is from Doc Arya. So I don't know if you noticed, Ranger, the event was called the Shadow of Malachor 1.
Mm-hmm.
So will we see a Shadow of Malachor 2, 3, 4, etc.?
No idea, man.
So as a context, so you have an idea, because I had to look this up too. We've seen this 1 and 2 before, and I had to look back to see when we saw it. And it was pretty much whenever they were releasing different characters. So we got a 1 and 2 when Haldo and Rose came out. We got a 1 and 2 with the Sith Assassin and Sith Trooper events. And there's a few others, like it was Gar Saxon, Imperial Super Commando, and then Gauntlet Starfighter was another 1, 2, 3. So there were a few of those. So given that as the context when they've used it before, and now we have a Shadow of Malachor 1, what do you think?
I hadn't really thought about it. I don't really pay attention to that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just Malachor, you know. I mean, Grande.
Newsflash! I have a newsflash. They might add some more characters to the game.
Oh well, I mean, well, hell, I mean.
Breaking news! This is breaking. This is almost as good as when Chirrut was in Bronzian. Okay,
so
they will add. They will add more characters to the game.
I'm going to put another breaking news here really quick.
Oh, breaking news. Okay, breaking news. Okay.
So people in our Discord, well, this is actual stuff. So when we were doing it, it shows Shadow of Malachor 1, right? There is an ad in game right now on my screen that shows Lord of Pain 1.
Oh.
It doesn't say Shadow of Malachor 1. It now says Lord of Pain 1. So will we be earning Scion through a marquee event?
I don't know. Maybe we get the characters in marquee, and then we can get more by doing the raid. That would be dopest to the ropest.
Yeah, we'll just have to see.
We go to live on the scene with Brock Finity, who's at the actual Lord of Pain house, to give us the latest on the details. Brock Finity, what can you tell us?
I'm at the wrong house. Grande told me the wrong address.
And I locked my keys in the house. So. Man, you know what? I mean, we know we're getting more Sith, right?
Oh, of course.
One way or another. You know, they're not done with this, right? We know we're getting a new raid. We know they're potentially bringing in some more characters. Whether it's PvE, whether it's characters that we fight against, we're going to see some more Sith. This month.
But calling it Lord of Pain 1, like when it was Shadow of Malachor, I was thinking it's just going to be some generic Sith, right? Something from the KOTOR stuff. People were talking about, I think it was like a Sith Lord was potentially one. I think it was a Sith Sniper was another one people were talking about. Just other generic kind of Sith. But now it's called Lord of Pain 1. I'm having a hard time thinking that it's not going to be Scion coming as a marquee event.
I mean, you know, they've kind of modified a little bit, right? Where you remember, you know, I mean, we had the ability to get the Wampa, we had the ability to get Cholo, we had the ability to get the probe droid, where you got some shards of them and you were able to get them unlock a different way than just in the event. Maybe they're moving that way towards the new raid, right? Where, you know, it's more like a combination of a marquee and then also a farm. That way, you know, everybody gets a chance to everybody who's there the day the thing opens up gets a chance to unlock it and play with it. I think that's cool, right? And we don't end up with somebody going, oh yeah, all that has to happen is, you know, I get, you know, I was in a guild, they got a GK first, so I just got to camp out at the top of my shard or whatever. I think they're trying to be a little bit more equitable. I like that.
So. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's get to the next question.
All right. Next question is from David Cook, and the question is from Grande from Cario. And the question is, I have 2 Omegas that I want to give out my Empire team. Grand Moff Tarkin lead with Palpatine, Vader, Thrawn, and Kylo Ren unmasked. Who should I give the 2 Omega abilities to?
Oh, man. Okay. So I think it's Palpatine lead is a really good choice. A really good choice.
I agree with that.
Kylo Ren unmasked lead for Territory Wars would be a good choice. Not a very good arena choice.
I'm running the team right now.
Well, he's running Grand Moff Tarkin lead. So are you suggesting that he change it then?
I would suggest that he move over to a Palp lead. That's a turn meter based team rather than a speed based team. 15% turn meter can be more than 25 speed. So I think that it would. I think that the turn meter lead could potentially help you out more.
I'm going to throw another little wrench at you, Grande. So his level 7 lead, for example, does not require any Omegas. So he only has his Zeta at level 8. So he's asking about Omega abilities, not Zeta.
Oh, okay. So he wants to ask who he needs to give Omegas to at that.
Correct.
At that.
Correct. He has 2 Omegas that he wants to give out.
Jeez. Okay. Let me.
So with Palpatine, it's his basic, and both of his specials.
Yep.
With Tarkin, it is his 2 specials and his basic.
So you want to I mean, when we look at these specials, right? The first special on Palp, the lightning strike, does shock duration for one more turn. I think that's hugely important. His basic, his power of the dark side. I don't think that's totally necessary. And then let the hate flow. Let the hate flow is great, but I don't think it's totally necessary either. So I think you definitely want to do Palpatine's basic, and then he said Vader. Vader gives ability block on his basic. One of the few characters that can do that. An Omega on his Force Crush gives speed down, which I think is important. And then I also think Culling Blade with the Omega is important. The other characters he was talking about was Tarkin. Let's look at old Grand Moff Tarkin, GMT. The potency stacking on his basic is really important. The turn meter reduction on ultimate firepower is really important. But I'm going to tell you, his intimidation tactics I do not think is important to put an Omega on. And then the last character he was talking about was Crew, I think.
Correct, Crew and Thrawn.
So on Crew, excuse me, aggressive strike, that's just tenacity down. I don't think for one more duration, not needed. However, halt with stun duration for one more turn, I think is really important. And then this focus rampage, which is the second special, which is deal double damage. I think that one's important. So now, Grand Moff Tarkin. I'm sorry, Thrawn, right? Was the last one. On Thrawn, so his first one that basically if they have speed up, they get ability blocked and stun. If you hit them again, I think that one's important. Fracture with an Omega on it, I think it's hugely important because it reduces the cooldown by 1, and you'd love to have Fracture's cooldown reduced by 1. And then the one where it's and then Grand Moff Tarkin's Grand Admiral's command cooldown reduced by 1, and the 5% recovery is important. So I'd say it's all three on Thrawn, and then the other ones it's kind of sometimes it's their basics and sometimes it's their specials.
All right.
Somebody get Keyboard some food. She's talking about the food in there. For the love of God, someone help.
Keyboard is not very happy about this day.
I mean,
she's referring it to something other than Valentine's Day at this point. So she's not a happy lass
about not having food. I mean, who wouldn't be?
Both. I think the day in general.
Right.
She's been calling it something else, and also food. All right. So next question. Well, we can do this since we mentioned that Grande won't be here for the evening stream. So Octave Connection asks, "How is everyone's Valentine's going?"
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Woke up.
There's Loki, of course.
But
Loki jumped in as soon as we started talking about Valentine's Day. How was your Valentine's Day, Loki?
Good, man. Can't complain.
I mean, we're all dudes.
Are you having prime rib tonight, Ranger?
You bet your sweet monkey butt I am.
All right.
I've earned it. 10 days of juice fasting. I've done good.
Are you taking people with you or all by your lonesome?
What do you mean? I'm not going to be by my lonesome, Grundy. What's wrong with you?
You guys are lucky because you can like knock out the dinner and then jump on the stream, right? But then like for me, it's like 5 o'clock my time, right? Which is like prime Valentine's Day dinner time, you know?
Right.
So
that's okay.
But who knows? I might drop in a little later, but
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally understandable. All right, so besides keyboard starving in the chat, let's get to some more questions. Poor keyboard. Eventually we'll meet keyboard one day, and I'm going to give her like 10 pizzas. Like, just eat, please, Jesus. Just God, eat it now.
Right. Next question from Bad Rongo. How much are you guessing it'll cost to take characters from level 85 to level 90? How many credits should we try to save up so we can budget the level increase for our arena team and pilots?
2.4 mil from 85 to 90 per character.
Mm-hmm. So I'm hoarding crystals or credits right now.
Yep.
2.4 mil.
Yeah. I'm right around that same range. And the other thing also, you're focusing on arena and pilots, which is good. Don't forget they might introduce a new game mode, so there's going to be other characters you'll need to level up too. So if you don't have any characters you need right now, just save everything. All right. Next question is from Danilo Papayas. In about 30 minutes, I get Vader to gear 12, which makes him my second tune at gear 12 after CLS. What would be a good arena team if I wanted to use him? If I wanted to use both of them in it?
Oh.
CLS and Vader.
Oh.
Despite being father and son, there's not a lot of synergy between the two.
None whatsoever. Boy, oh boy.
That's an interesting one.
I've not even... Well, the reason we're having such a tough time because it doesn't really work.
Well, so you could... Well, hold on. There's some teams that would work, right? So you could run like Rex lead.
God. What are we doing?
With
what have I done?
And Vader, and Hermit Yoda, and GK. There you go. That's a team that might work for you.
Yeah, I mean, you can always do a hodgepodge team like that. Yeah, it's just you could also probably do an Emperor Palpatine lead and still make use of Vader, even if you're down a single Empire Sith character on your team. Depending on your shard, you could put a CLS in, and still you can. Depending on your shard, you might still get enough of a boost by Vader in order to get off your AOE first. So that's another potential. But yeah, it's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, that is a strange combination to use. I mean, you would love to two great characters, and you're just like, okay, how can I make this work? And you're like, and it's gone. No. Oh, right. Lord.
So Percival asks, did you all get shorted 15 shards? So this is an interesting question.
I don't think I did. Let me go look.
So here is kind of what's been going around. We had the Haldo and Rose thing, right?
Right.
We all, I think, ended up with 0 out of 30. A lot of us did because of a bug. Newer players, I think, ended up somehow with 15 out of 30.
Yeah, I'm at a 0 out of 30.
Right. So what the thought is right now, and I'm not sure if this was confirmed anywhere, is that the named characters like Rose and Haldo, they're intended to go to 15 out of 30. The generic characters are expected to go 0 out of 30. But even though I'm not sure if that's entirely true, the other thing is also with the Haldo and Rose, there were posts of people getting 15 out of 30. So far, I have not seen anybody getting 15 out of 30 on Marauder. So
correct.
So it may just be that 15 out of 30 is the intended amount, so it's not a bug. Whether you want 15 more shards or not, that's a whole different issue. But I don't think that it's a bug necessarily. So At this point, 0 out of 30, I think, is the expected amount, unless they say otherwise.
So you buy the pack, and then you get the thing, and then you're 4-star. It's like, okay. Oh, man, isn't this fun? Just donated $2.
He got it right. Oh my God, I talk to him all the time. He has fun trying to see you say his name every time. It's like first time you said it right.
So anyway, thanks for the lunch Q&A session. I learned a ton. Well, you're welcome, man. Isn't this fun? Appreciate the $2. All right.
I think he'll be happy now that you said his name.
Okay. Well, that's what we live for.
Yeah, I know. It is not Grande this time. So
right, well, yeah.
Woo-woo! Grande not screwing up.
Not yet. Don't worry. Grande will be back in his full form.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll screw up at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen.
Lord knows.
All right. Next question is actually from Man Isn't This Fun?
Okay.
So his question is, what gear level does a full First Order team need in order to clear Phase 6 in territory battles? My Kylo Ren Unmasked is Zetaed.
Mine are, I think they're all 10. I'm about to make, Xylo is 12. Kylo Ren Unmasked is about to go to 11. I think the other 3 are 10 or 11. So I haven't tried it at that level yet. So I'm about to try. I think minimum you're going to need is, honestly, Phase 6. But that team, I think Gear 11.
Maybe Gear 12.
Yeah, Gear 11 you might be able
probably.
to do it with some of them Gear 12, but I think you're going to need them all Gear 12. I mean, and the Zetas. I mean, because
The biggest problem right now with First Order is they don't have a healer, and they only have one debuff.
well, no, but that's why you need the Zetas, because then they're regenerating health, they're regenerating their protection.
Right.
I'm running them on the Galactic War right now, and they're regenerating, because the First Order Stormtrooper and what Kylo Ren Unmasked does and everything,
yeah.
They regenerate their protection and health again. So that's why the Zetas are definitely important. I mean, you got to have, and plus the gear makes a huge difference. Gear level makes a huge difference. So I'm going to try to have them by Phase 6, hopefully they're all Gear 11 when I go in there, besides Xylo, who will be Gear 12. And I've got the Zeta on the leader on Kylo Ren Unmasked, and hopefully that helps, with the battles. So I'll know for sure. Get back with us, I'll let you know. But I would say minimum Gear 11 on a Phase 6 Dark Side territory battles with Zeta on Kylo Ren Unmasked, at least. All the Megas done.
Do you have a Zeta on First Order Stormtrooper? Or
no, I do not have the Zeta on First Order Stormtrooper yet.
Okay.
I want to get Kylo Ren Unmasked done, then I'll go back and do the Zeta on First Order. Because that scarred ability is too good, but you need the leadership ability first on Kylo Ren Unmasked to make that team go.
I agree.
I thought about it, but I was like, oh, damn.
The only reason why I say that is because FOST, First Order Stormtrooper, is such a utility character that can go in other teams.
So you're saying I should do, instead of Scarred on Kylo Ren, go Zeta on First Order Stormtrooper first and not finish Kylo Ren Unmasked?
I'm just having the discussion, right?
I'm asking your opinion. I don't care about the discussion.
So my thought is FOST can go on a bunch of different teams, right? Mm-hmm. It's almost like if you made a 4-person team and you needed a 5th character, you could say, well, hell, why don't we put FOST on that team?
True.
Okay, great. That works, right? I mean, it's
well, let's see what the Zeta gives them. I always want to look. So it's return fire, level 7 unique. So it adds, let's see. So the Zeta gives, whenever First Order Stormtrooper uses any ability, he has a 50% chance to call a random ally to assist, dealing 50% damage, blah, blah, blah. Then grants them advantage for 2 turns if they are First Order. Because I have it Omega. That's not bad. Let me look at Scarred. Because that's the one I want to do next, the Scarred.
I think the Scarred one, which is still really good, I think he taunts at the beginning of the encounter. So what that does, the way I think that's supposed to work is
And he has a double
Kylo Ren
counter, and he has a double.
taunt.
It makes his counting chance like 100% plus, so he will always counter.
So they're sort of similar. It almost feels like that makes it to where crew is taunting, which gives you enough time to get First Order stormtroopers up and running, so that way you can protect the kind of squishy First Order guys in First Order TIE Pilot and FOO.
Who's the other one that has a Zeta on this team? Is it officer or pilot?
No. It's FO. It's TP. TIE Fighter Pilot has a Zeta as well.
I thought he had a Zeta. Let's look at it. I think it.
It has to do with.
It has 15% critical chance, 10% critical damage. In First Order, TIE Pilot has a 60% chance to gain 4 side feature turns whenever he loses advantage. That's not bad.
It's not, it's not bad, but it doesn't seem like it's like,
no, it's not
like
at
totally
all
necessary, right?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Scarred. I think that one just makes sense.
I think the Scarred one is the right one to do. Some of these Zetas, right? And we've talked about it before. It's like, whenever you talk about Zetas, we have to kind of think about order of operation, and since it's such a rare resource and it takes so many resources to put it together, you almost have to think, okay, what's the minimum number of Zetas I need in order to get this team functional, up and running, and where it has, somewhere between 70 and 90% of the greatness that makes this team work. Once you've gotten to that point, 1 or 2 Zetas on that team, then you have to decide, okay, am I going all in on this team, or does my guild or does my roster really need to have another team that I can work on? Loki and I have talked about this a lot, right? We've said, okay, Asajj Ventress unique, Mother unique, and then you got to decide whether you're going Mother Thousand lead or Asajj lead. Do you have to have the DACA Zeta on her unique? It's not. It's nice, right? But it's not like this team will not function and won't do what it's supposed to without it. So maybe you stop that and you go and you move over to another team. I mean, here's a great thing we talked about before. Rogue One. You can probably make Rogue One work just with Gen Leader Zeta, right? You don't have to have Cassian, and the rest of the Rogue One doesn't have Zetas. So you can make that team work with just one Zeta if you have to.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Same thing's true with any other team.
B-Matsu donated $2, said Happy Valentine's Day keyboard. Yeah, everyone wish keyboard a Happy Valentine's Day and then send her food.
Happy VD Day, keyboard. Happy VD Day.
Yes, everybody's there. There we go.
So much wrong with what Grande said. Okay, next question. Next question is from An Entire Lifetime, and his question is, what mod sets would you put on the new Sith tune? So the Sith Marauder.
So I already modded him up. I've already got 5 level 15 mods on him. Don't do what I'm doing. Just do what. Don't drive and look at your freaking SWGOH.
Crit damage, offense. He's an attacker.
I would go straight crit chance.
Put crit damage and crit chance on him.
Mm-hmm.
And speed series crit. Now, why do you say crit chance?
Because his whole purpose is really that victory through power, and you only get that 15% reduction of max health if he scores a critical hit on his special. Now, he gets a little bit of extra critical chance with his unique based on the number of debuffs that are up, but it depends on who you're facing. I would rather maximize the amount of crit chance in order to make sure that hits, because 15% reduction of max health on a character, I think, is more important than just the overall damage from turn to turn, since there's going to be more speed with the team. I just don't want to wait 4 turns in order to actually get that to proc. So I think I would focus on straight crit chance with a crit chance primary on the triangle and everything.
Okay,
I agree. That's why I said what I said.
Next question from Nathaniel Miller. is it better to use crystals on refreshes of normal energy or Cantina energy? I only get about 150 crystals a day.
Normal energy.
Yeah, until you get to where you can't. But for me,
normal energy.
Yeah, I where I finished with Arena and Ship Arena, I have enough crystals that even with doing 300 refreshes on Cantina, and then I still make crystals doing it that way. But you're not making enough crystals, so
do the 3x50s on hard nodes only.
Yeah,
move on.
Yeah, that's a great investment right there.
Okay. Next question.
Fix your arena team fix your ships team so you get more crystals.
Yeah. Well, gosh, God, what insight. Of course, I'm sure he's working on that.
I'm sure he is. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just.
It sounded dickish. I'm not a subject matter expert.
It sounded dickish. But... I apologize. It sounded dickish. It was not meant to be dickish. It was meant to be.
You're a bad man,
he needs help, if he needs help, reach out to somebody. Phone a friend, dude. Phone a friend.
Phone a friend.
RA or Revan. Phone a friend, and we will help you. Okay.
All right. So next question, we'll give this one to Loki. So the question is from Vistarakai, and the question is, what do you think of CG pulling in Sith Marauder to have him in platoons a day later and bringing him earlier so he's needed in platoons?
I want to hear his answer.
I mean, I don't know. It's just the way it's been going. So I think everybody doesn't care anymore. I mean, there's obviously, there's most of us that do, but, it's not as loud as it was when they were doing it with the other tunes maybe a couple months ago or something. I mean, who knows, though? I mean, people, at least for me, we look at Dark Side Territory Battles as like, man, it's a super long climb anyway, right? What's the effective, number? So somebody did the math, right? It's like 190 million GP to be able to 48 stars, I think. Yeah. So I think people are just... we're concerned about other things, which, it's either you get it or you don't. I don't know. I just don't think about it anymore because they're just going to keep doing it. And no matter how loud our voices are on Reddit or the official forum, they're just going to keep doing it. It is what it is.
I 1,000% agree with Sir Loki. 1,000%. Everything.
Bubba in the 40 Rebel says, "Why do you have a mad French guy shouting in the stream today?"
A mad French guy. Dang, man. Dang. Why you gotta be hating, man? Why you gotta be hating?
Oh, God. Next question.
So next question from Paul Morgan. I assume this is from Galactic War, but maybe it's anything. What is the best node to gauge your characters as being viable for territory wars?
For GW?
Well, he's asking what node to gauge for territory war. So I'm assuming he's asking about a Galactic War node if you want to test it, but it could be, I guess, any hard node, Cantina node, dark side node. Where would you test if your team is viable?
So you want to know if your team is viable? Go up there and you could try fighting like 9C on light side, dark side nodes and seeing if that works. You could run up and try some of those Cantina nodes way up at the top and actually play them. Where like do that Star Killer base raid node and see if you could see if your team can beat that Star Killer base raid node. The other thing too is if you're just running Galactic War, I'm going to tell you I don't think a team is viable at anything if it can't make it through all 12 nodes of GW by itself.
Right. If the character dies, then it's not viable. Put it on auto and see
the team
happens.
is. Yeah, if I put it on auto and a character dies, I have more work to do. Totally agree.
All right. Next question is from David Lee. The question is, what is the best CLS composition to defend against Palpatine in territory war, as CLS is likely to stay for defense now.
You had a video about this, didn't you, Finn?
Yeah. So you can save CLS if you want. He helps. If you're facing a Zeta unique Vader, he's not going to get turn meter reduction from CLS, but CLS can stun, which is a major help. The characters that I found as being critical in order to fight these Emperor Palpatines, as I was kind of putzing around a couple days ago, was Han Solo, Rex, or Chirrut, depending on who you're facing. Rex is a safer bet, and then Thrawn. And the whole idea is that the Emperor Palpatine team works because of Vader. So if you stun Vader before he goes with Han Solo from the Rancor raid, then you basically work with everybody's turn meter being the same. You don't get that initial turn meter boost from Emperor Palpatine's Zeta lead that gives everybody extra turn meter. And so you stun Vader with Han Solo, and then you can turn meter swap your Thrawn with Rex. Rex puts up tenacity up, and now your team is safe from all of the debuffs, and Emperor Palpatine's lead kind of goes to waste. So it would be those three characters. CLS, I think, is a good addition because he stuns. So I would say CLS is good in that team as well. And then your other character can kind of vary. I ran it with Darth Nihilus because he does the cooldown reduction, which makes it even harder for them to put up any kind of effects. So I like Darth Nihilus in that team. I'm going to test out with General Kenobi as well to have a taunt in order to kind of protect some of the other characters in your team. So GK is potentially there. R2 is an awful choice. Do not put R2 in there, especially if he has a combat analysis Zeta, because then you're going to be dispelling and just feeding turn meter. So you don't want R2, for example. So you may need to pull Han Solo for sure, in addition to your CLS, if you're trying to work on a anti-Palpatine team to save for territory war. Paul Morgan just donated $2 and wrote, so Ranger can get a 12-ounce prime.
16-ounce prime.
16-ounce, yeah, sorry. 16-ounce.
Word.
So it's $2 to get Ranger a 16-ounce prime.
I appreciate that very much. You're a good man. You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
So all these donations are coming at the perfect time. The next question is actually from Hagar, and he asked, how much weight has Ranger lost on his fast?
I've lost 12, almost 13 pounds.
There you go, Hagar. Next question.
It's a slower loss than I did lost with, say, the other one. So, I'm gonna test some things out, but yeah.
And for what it's worth, since I ate my molten chocolate cake last Wednesday, I've lost 4 pounds. So,
See,
all right.
So you get rid of cake in the diet. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, but Twinkies are still there. All right. Next question is from Matthew Simpson, and the question is, what is the best Wiggs Baze Chirrut counter? They've been kicking my butt in Galactic War.
Baze Chirrut. What was it?
So kind of like the Rebels. I'm assuming the other squad, the other character is probably like a Leia or a Lando or something like that.
Right.
Maybe even a Stormtrooper on.
Let's let Loki take this one.
What's the team again? Wiggs.
So he's facing Wedge, Biggs, Chirrut, and Baze. He didn't say the fifth one, but it's probably just some other rebel, but those four in particular.
I think when Shore Trooper came out, that really helped. I get it that they have a dispel with Baze now. Does he say anything about his team or what is he using, or he just wants me to throw out just 5 characters that could beat it?
Yeah, I think he's just asking for maybe just ideas also, like what kind of abilities are you looking for?
You can go Empire, you can go Thrawn lead with the Death Trooper, Director Krennic, Stormtrooper, and Shore Trooper, or you can do the new EP lead if you got a Zeta saved up and you got Emperor Palpatine. Emperor Palpatine lead with Thrawn and Vader. I'm gonna assume though he's probably on a newer shard if he's still seeing Wiggs phase. So
Yeah.
With that said,
well, he said Galactic War. He didn't say Arena. In Galactic War.
Yeah, so I'm gonna assume he doesn't have maybe the legendary characters or the the good stuff like that. So I'm sorry, I'm just thinking right now. So with Galactic War, I mean, if you got to use 2 teams to take it down, then so be it. You can probably do some DPS. I mean, you know, if you got First Order TIE Pilot or you got regular TIE Fighter Pilot, something to take down Baze, you know, because he's going to be taunting, and then obviously lose the battle, and then now you're going to go in 5v4, right? So you might have to use 2 teams to take it down. Maybe a Rex lead to speed up your team. Definitely have like two tanks going at it, so maybe like Royal Guard. You know, just have some kind of a team comp where you have a couple of tanks and then some DPS, and you might have to use 2 teams to break through it. Is the best, you know, without really knowing what you got. If you want to throw your you know, message us on the Discord with your roster, with your swuggo.gg, I can look at it. But that would be the best way is use 2 teams to take it down.
All right.
All right. And we're coming close to the end of time here, so we'll do one last question. And the question is from The Last Skywalker. And his question is, do you think level 90 is coming, and will we get new hard nodes with Mother Talzin, for example, in light side 10B, and Zombie going into Cantina level 9? And what energy levels would you guess that they would be at?
90, yes. I don't know if they're going to add more hard nodes or anything.
They almost have to if they're putting, I mean,
yeah.
Either they're going to overstuff some of these stores, which they can do because some of these stores have been neglected.
So Squadron Squad Arena while or Galactic War, you know, or Cantina store for a while. So I mean, it would make sense. I think the last one that was Cantina, we got Cassian and his ship, or actually Cassian's ship. Could do some of the stores, maybe do some more hardened battles. I mean, it would go up by what, two energy. So I think the last ones are what, 20 energy. So, but then they'd have to increase our overall energy gain for the day.
No, they could just make it harder to get it.
I mean,
they go up by 4, so the next one would be like 24 energy on light side.
Okay,
with regular
4.
energy.
I said 2. Okay.
Well, it's 2 for Cantina and 4 for hard modes. Right? Yeah. 16. Actually, no, it's inconsistent. It goes 8, 10, 12, 16. So what they'll do for the next one, who knows? But the 4 for hard nodes is 4 energy. It wouldn't surprise me if they added more stuff because they need more locations for it.
True.
God, that's going to be a pain to farm, though. If they go up to like 24 energy needed for a hard node.
That's what I'm saying. That's like what? That's 100 and that's 120 out of your 144 energy for one node. So I'm saying that they're gonna have to increase our overall energy we can earn in a day. You know, they're gonna have to do some math on that because nobody's.
You know how you can earn more energy?
Crystals.
Spend crystals.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
There'll be an uproar about that nonsense. I can tell you that right now. People will be fine if you want to add nodes and some more energy, but you have to give us the means to at least have the minimum requirement to do. You know, if you're gonna make people spend crystals, they're gonna, for that, they ain't gonna go for it. So at least not by. At least have the perception that that they can get if they save up their energy that they can do it that way. Because if you're gonna have someone's going to spend 50 crystals every day just to do their dailies especially for EXP, oh hell no. All right, so I think that's the last question we have time for today, right?
Correct. We're up against the hour now.
All right. So everybody, thank you for being here today. I hope we answered your questions. If you have questions in here and we didn't get to them, pop into our Discord. It's linked down below. We have an amazing community, a ton of people in there. We have a question and answer section that you can go into, and there's so many great people that if we can get your question first, trust me, they're all over it. I mean, most times I go in there to look, someone's already asked a question, and like 9-10 people have answered the damn thing. So it's like amazing. So anything we want to pimp?
Our Wednesday night stream tonight.
We got the Wednesday night stream tonight, of course, 8 p.m. Eastern. I hope everybody's there. We'll see if there's an update beforehand, so we can look at the latest and greatest news. There will be no Grande, there'll be no Loki, there'll be no Tits. It'll just be me and Finn flying solo, but that's okay. And then so be there for that. Of course, we'll continue the lunch streams, and then what else? I think that's it. You guys enjoy it. Remember, we got the podcast store. We're still working on trying to figure out what's going on with that. But check it out anyway. Hopefully it works for you. We don't know what the issue is. So we'll let you know when we get some more information on that. But I'll have myself and the crew, the Frenchie, Grande Patron, Loki the Lightsaber Builder, Dr. Finn Medicine Woman, and myself. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and we'll see you guys later on this evening.